Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Costa Dulce Conscious Quarantine Life Hacks. My name is Tara, and today I want to share with you a super simple and effective tool for creating more clarity, shifting your mindset, and tracking your progress through journaling. Journaling is a practice that I have used extensively for many years. I started writing when I was much younger, a teenager, like most of us do, writing in a diary. But I've come back to it in the last couple of years in order to really bring more focus and awareness and work through a lot of stuck mental energy and to focus on my mental health. We are currently living in a time of great uncertainty, a lot of stress, all caused by this global pandemic. But even outside of this crisis, we all have stressors, we all have anxieties that we face every single day, and this is a practice that you can use regardless of what the external situations are, to bring more focus, to bring more clarity to your inner world, and to shift your thoughts, to shift the way you move through things in a positive way. Our instincts now in this hyper-connected world of social media and our habits of using technology really bring us to jump on Instagram, on Facebook, on whatever social media platform, with the intention, with the core intention to connect with one another. But in reality, most of the time, what we're doing is disconnecting. We are distracting ourselves, and journaling is a way that we can create a space to come back to ourselves and to truly connect with what is happening, away from all of the distractions and all of the chaos that is happening around us. Having a regular journaling practice is a very powerful way of sitting with ourselves, of creating more awareness and bringing light to all of the thoughts and emotions, actions that are happening below the surface that we may be ignoring in the busyness of our everyday lives. This distraction, this avoidance of what is actually happening with us only creates more anxiety, more stress, more mental health issues. So having this tool, using this tool, can be very effective, even if it's only for 5 or 10 minutes, not even a day. There are no rules. Everything is an individual practice. So use it in this way to facilitate and to amplify positive changes in your life. Once you can bring light to the situations, to the thoughts, to the feelings that are affecting you, you can start to break them down. You can start making a game plan as to how you're going to address these problems in your life and what simple steps that you can take day by day in order to affect the change that you want to see in your life. Without going into too much detail, I would like to give you a couple of very simple journaling best practices that I have used in order to make really positive shifts in my life. The first one is to set some time aside every single day. Anything that you do consistently becomes a habit, becomes becomes a lot more easy, a lot more effective in the long run. We are creatures who thrive on routine, and although we all have very busy lives, it is not impossible to set an extra 5 or 10 minutes a day aside for yourself, for your mental health. I like setting some time aside late in the evenings before I go to bed to reflect on the day that was, to reconnect with what I'm feeling, and to make sure that I'm not trying to go to sleep with my mind racing or having uncomfortable emotions that are unresolved. But first thing in the morning is also a great time to journal, to plan out your day, to set some intentions on how you want to feel. Second step is to make sure you create a nice, quiet, and comfortable space in order to reconnect with yourself, with a place of stillness inside, so that your thoughts can quiet down a little bit and you can free write without any distractions. I know we all live in different situations, and it can be very difficult to create that quiet and undistracted space for yourself as well, but it is extremely healing and a great practice in order to come back to yourself. The third and most important part is to free yourself of all expectations and all rules. This is your practice, and it is going to be just for you. So don't worry about what it looks like. There's no right or wrong, and allow it to change and to evolve every single day. Sometimes it might look like just doodling in your journal. Sometimes it might be free writing or doing some word association, and sometimes it could be a full recap of your entire day. All of it can be extremely productive and very healing, so don't restrict yourself. So in order to get you started on your journaling journey, I would like to offer you a couple of simple practices that I use. The practice that I use is to just write out 3 simple things that I am grateful for that day. They can be big things, they can be small things. It doesn't really matter. What matters is bringing attention and bringing awareness to all that you have access to in your current state without projecting or needing anything to change. That invites the expansion of this positive energy into your life. Another practice that I use is writing out my fears. If they are stuck in your head and you don't get them down on paper, you can't transform them. So I like to write out in one sentence a very simple fear, and then I will take that sentence and I will restructure it into a positive affirmation. So, for example, if you have the fear that you are going to be judged for something that you do, you write out simply, I am afraid that I will be judged for X, Y, Z. Then you can change that into a positive and loving affirmation. For example, saying, I am coming from a place of peace with my intentions, and I am not afraid of how other people will receive them. Another practice that I really like using in my journaling is to write out intentions. And today, for example, being a new moon, is a very powerful time to tap into this energy to create more manifestations, positive manifestations in your life. So remember, best practices: set some time aside every single day, make sure that it's quiet and comfortable and free of distractions, and don't hold yourself for any rules or expectations. It's completely your practice.